When you think of iconic American foods, your mind probably goes to burgers, fries, apple pie, or maybe even hot dogs. But there's one crispy little sidekick that's captured hearts, filled lunch trays, and inspired casseroles for generations: the humble tater tot. It's the golden, crunchy, bite-sized potato puff that somehow makes every meal feel a little more fun. But where did it come from? And why does this deep-fried potato pellet have such an outsized place in American food culture? You might be surprised to learn it all started in the middle of nowhere, Eastern Oregon. Let's dig into the strange and salty history of the tater tot. Our story begins in the small town of Ontario, Oregon, a place nestled right on the border between Oregon and Idaho. It's potato country, dry summers, rich volcanic soil, and generations of farmers who know their russets from their reds. In 1952, two brothers, Nephi and Golden Grigg, bought a failing frozen food plant in Ontario. These weren't just any businessmen. The Griggs were innovators, entrepreneurs who believed frozen food could be the future of the American dinner table. They named their new company Ore-Ida, a mashup of Oregon and Idaho, and quickly focused on what their region did best: potatoes. Their first big product? Frozen French fries. They were cheap, convenient, and perfect for the booming post-war suburban family. But with all those fries came a problem: waste. The machines that cut potatoes into fries left behind tons of scraps, shredded bits and ends that didn't make the cut. Most companies would have tossed those scraps or fed them to livestock. But the Grigg brothers had a better idea. What if they turned the trash into treasure? They ground the scraps up, mixed them with seasoning and flour, and formed them into small cylinders. Then they deep-fried them into crispy little nuggets. And just like that, the tater tot was born. Except, nobody wanted them. When Ore-Ida first tried to sell tater tots in 1954, grocery stores didn't know what to do with them. Shoppers weren't interested either. Why? Because they were too cheap. That's right, people assumed that because tater tots cost so little, they must not be very good. In an era where convenience foods were still new and trust was shaky, a mysterious potato scrap product didn't exactly inspire confidence. So Ore-Ida tried something counterintuitive. They raised the price. Almost overnight, perception shifted. Suddenly, tots weren't just leftovers. They were a novelty, a side dish, a treat. By the late 1950s, school cafeterias and diners started scooping them up in bulk. Kids loved them, moms loved the convenience, and America's newest potato obsession was officially on the map. From Oregon factory floor to dinner tables nationwide, tater tots were no longer scraps, they were stars. By the 1960s, tater tots were a household staple, and Ore-Ida, it became the largest frozen potato company in the U.S. All from a clever solution to food waste in a dusty little Oregon town. But wait, it gets weirder. Because the tater tot didn't just stay a side dish. It started showing up everywhere. There are tater tot casseroles, known lovingly in the Midwest as hot dish. There are tater tot nachos, tachos if you will. There are tot-themed food trucks, upscale tot bars, and even a National Tater Tot Day celebrated every February 2nd. In Minnesota, you'll find tots stacked high like Jenga towers. In Portland, tater tot poutine. In LA, they show up next to $22 truffle burgers. Somehow the tot went from lunch tray to gourmet. So why do we love them so much? Food psychologists might say it's the texture, that perfect balance between crispy outside and fluffy inside. Or the nostalgia. Tater tots tap into our inner child, the school lunch memories, the weekend dinners, the first time you saw a mountain of golden tots on your plate and thought, this is peak joy. But maybe it's something simpler. Maybe tater tots just taste really, really good. Today, Ontario is still proud of its most famous export. In fact, it holds an annual Tater Tot Festival complete with a tot eating contest, live music, food trucks, and all the fried potato goodness you can imagine. The original Ore-Ida plant, still running. Still pumping out frozen spuds by the truckload. Though the company is now owned by Heinz, its roots are firmly planted in Eastern Oregon soil, a place where innovation met necessity and scraps became snack royalty. So here are a few weird tater tot facts to fry your brain. Americans eat an estimated 70 million pounds of tater tots every year. That's about 3.7 billion tots, or enough to circle the earth more than twice if laid end to end. There's a bar in Seattle called the High Dive that serves tater tot Bloody Marys. Napoleon Dynamite? He made tots cool again in 2004. You gonna eat your tots? There's even a patent on the original tot process. U.S. patent number 2,600,524, filed in 1952 by the Grigg brothers. So the next time you bite into a crispy, golden tater tot, take a moment to remember its roots. Not in Idaho, not in a high-end kitchen, but in the back room of a frozen food factory in Ontario, Oregon, where two brothers decided that no potato should go to waste. In the end, it wasn't just a snack, it was a symbol of innovation, of resilience, of the weird, wonderful ways the Pacific Northwest continues to shape American life, one golden nugget at a time. Thanks for watching The Weird Northwest. If you loved this bite-sized tale, drop a like, share it with a fellow tot lover, and don't forget to subscribe for more offbeat stories from Oregon, Washington, and beyond. Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and maybe order a side of tots. If you enjoyed this story, give the video a like and subscribe for more weird and fascinating tales about the Northwest. Got something strange you think we should cover? Drop it in the comments. We would love to hear it. Thanks for watching.